Basically what happened in my dream, so like I said, this was a very spiritual dream. It was very profound, it was very significant, and I know this was because of what happened in the dream and how it pertains to our current time that we're living in. And I ended up having, like, back to back each night, I ended up having 2 spiritual dreams back to back each night. Normally I will get spiritual dreams like every once in a while, and that is like a way that I feel like God communicates with me. But I'm gonna try to get through this without crying. Basically, what happened in my dream, I was on a cruise ship and there was a lot of other people on this cruise ship. Nobody that I know, but it was me on this cruise ship and a bunch of other people, and everything was going great. People were on the cruise ship, like, having the time of their lives, you know, swimming, gambling, enjoying themselves, having fun with their friends and family, everything. And everything was going fine until we crossed a part in the ocean. We got to a certain part in the ocean and everything started going south. Like, people started dying on the cruise ship. People started getting very sick. People started fighting. People started killing one another. People started going missing. Like, a bunch of stuff just started happening, and it was like crazy. And there were some people who realized and like was seeing what was going on. A group of people were like aware of everything that was going on, but then there was another group of people who had no idea. People kept continuing with like their festivities or like everything on the boat and just like continuing as if like nothing was happening and not noticing. So I was aware of everything. I was very hyper aware of what was going on, and I was like, something is not right. Whatever. I sat and I waited it out on the cruise ship until the boat docked. And it docked like at the dock, whatever, and we got to an island. And when you look out in the island, what I could see was like chaos and calamity. Like, people sick on the ground, like hunched over. People were like basically like zombies. People were sick. People, like, there was dead people, and there was a very distinct, a very terrible energy in the air. Like, it felt like you're suffocating and felt like a buzz noise in your ear. I don't know how to explain it, but it was a very bad energy. And I remember seeing this, like, we pulled up, or not pulled up, I guess the boat docked at the island. And I remember seeing this and feeling this energy and seeing everything that was going on. And I am saying, hell no, I am not getting off of this cruise, this ship. There's no way. And I'm trying to warn everybody around me, like, guys, look at what's happening. Look at the island. Do not get off of this cruise ship. But a bunch of people decided to get off of the cruise ship because they couldn't see what was happening. Like, with their eyes, they couldn't, and like their spirit, they couldn't discern what was happening, and they couldn't see the chaos. Like, it just looked normal to them. And I'm there, and I remember pleading with people, like, do not get off of this cruise. Like, you are going to die. Like, look what's happening. And nobody was listening to me. And then I remember this one guy, as he was like coming up, or coming to like get off of the cruise, he started listening to me, and he was saying that like he's feeling a weird energy. He senses something as well, but he didn't know what it was. And when he looked out onto the island, he couldn't fully see the chaos. The man looked into the island. He could feel like that something was off, but he couldn't fully feel and fully understand because he couldn't discern it. Like, he didn't have that gift of discernment. He didn't know God, and he just couldn't fully see. So although things felt weird to him, he kind of just accepted it and said he was going to go anyways. And I feel like that dream so much pertains to our current times that we're in right now. To me, I don't know if it's just me or like, I'm sure there are like other people out there, but I'm sure there's a bunch of other people who don't feel it. But ever since 2020, it's felt like the craziest shift in energy. It feels like every day that we're living in, to me at least, it feels terrible. So I guess this is just a dream, kind of just to warn people that we have to wake up to what is happening in the world. We have to not just accept it for just what it is, but understand that there is a spiritual battle and that there are things happening, and like these are the end times.
Salakia, I didn't unmute. Shalom. Israel, first and foremost, want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahawadah, SHAMAIWAN, SHAMAIWAN, the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to my YAHAWAH who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this foul captivity, as well as the speckled bird that may look like the other nations, but are actually Yasharallah. This Biblical Israelites coming at you with another lesson. Today's lesson, it's going to be on this. It's on this stream. A very, very good dream. I actually really like the dream because it is, what's the word? It's like a perfectly good parallel, if you will, on how things are today. I think that's like the best reality of how, you know, society is today, as well as how things are going to be down the line long term, in terms of, okay, well, prophecy is Slocky, let me mute the thing. Basically, that's how prophecy is going to be when it comes to this whole matter of, you know, the people that are not being that are choosing to be willfully ignorant. All right, and as a result of that, this dream that she had, I actually really liked it. I would have been, well, I mean, obviously I would have been happy to have this type of dream, but I think the real fact of the matter, the thing about this dream is that this is like a warning. I think that's like the best way to say it is like a warning, in terms of like trying to give her the opportunity to actually repent, but or better yet, no, Slocky, let me correct myself. I think the best way is not necessarily her, it's more so whoever can hear. And that's the thing that Yahawadah does oftentimes use not just any random Israelites or the prophets or whatever. He uses people like this to go online, say something that's incredibly profound and whatnot, have them share their dreams online and stuff like that, where stuff like this happens, where even there was a lot of Edomites that had a dream and said, hey, I had a dream that I died or whatever, stuff like that, and the angels were black, or Jesus was black, and all that stuff like that. There's all these different things that people have been saying, seeing dreams and stuff like that, and having dreams where all these different stuff, all these like major spiritual things happen. And the stuff about this more specifically, as a matter of fact, hold on, give me 1 second, let me get this. It was in Exodus, not Exodus, what's it called? Deuteronomy, Leviticus. Excuse me, it's Numbers 25. No, Numbers 12, verse 6. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. So this is basically what we have. Also, let me also continue with that. Joel chapter 2 verse 28, and it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. Okay, so this is what is going on. It's very clear, it's very apparent that yes, we see that what's it called? So we see that YAHAWAH is putting his spirit on the people to be able to have these dreams, and then on top of that to think, okay, you know what, I feel compelled to announce this and share this with the world so that whomever needs to hear it can hear it, and then they can say, okay, you know what, this was the exact thing that I needed to hear. And because sometimes, well, this is the exact thing that I need to hear for me to turn my life around and do whatever the hell I need to do in order for me to be on the good side of YAHAWASHI and whatnot, or to turn my life around from whatever evil that I was doing prior. All right, so with that being said, again, this dream that she had, it's a very good dream. I'm not gonna lie, I really like this dream because it's just basically everything that you would expect from the Israelites and stuff like that, because basically only a select few knew what was going on. Everyone else, it was like they were just happy and partying, being merry and drinking and being merry and marrying and all that stuff. That's basically what was going on, which that is to be expected. Now let me get this. Matthew chapter 11 verse 24. But I say unto you that it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom. Let me start over Matthew 11 verse 24. But I say unto you that it shall be more tolerable for the day of Sodom in the day of judgment than for thee. Okay, so basically it goes to show that because what was going on with Sodom and Gomorrah when they were destroyed, they were going off, they were going evil, they were being wicked and all that stuff. They were being wicked and all that stuff, where through their wickedness, they were destroyed, and they didn't know what was coming, they didn't expect it. And then on that same thing, the Lord allowed all these people today in modern times to be happy, joyful, and think that everything's good, everything's gonna be fine. Even if though there's a war, or some people don't even know about the war with Iran, because DJT literally said it. It might not have been officially announced or whatever, we are officially at war with Iran and whatever. They might not have said that officially, but he dead ass said, this is war, this is this and the third, saying certain things, but maybe not officially declaring it. All right. Anyway, the fact of the matter is that these are the things that's going on that we're watching. We're seeing that, okay, well, yeah, this is how that final the prophecy is gonna happen, where we get to the point where, okay, yeah, this is basically the end. But also, the people, they don't actually know that, because they're not aware of everything that's going on. The only thing that they're worried about, because, and as a matter of fact, let's get that as well. Slakia. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. So basically, it's better for us to be mourning right now rather than feasting, being happy, being merry, and all that stuff, because all the thing that's going on here is that people are not conscious of the things that the wrong that they're doing and the wrong that's going on presently, and they're just again going along with the motions and stuff like that, not acknowledging Yahawah and Yahawashi. All right, so hence why the Lord needs to return and to correct things. All right, Luke chapter 10 verse 23, and he turned him unto his disciples and said privately, blessed are the eyes which see the things that ye see. So basically, there's gonna be people that are going to see certain things, and I think she was through the dream, she was basically saying that, okay, yeah, there's things that we see that's going on, but do you know how to actually react, or what's the steps to take, what are the things that we need to be doing and stuff like that? Whereas a lot of times they don't really do the things. And I think the best follow up to this is over here in James chapter 1 verse 23, for if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. You hear, you know the warning, you know that stuff that you need to do, but you don't actually partake in that stuff, where you just say, okay, well, yeah, I have 1,000 years, or it's not going to be in my time, or it's not going to be this, 1,000 different excuses as to why you don't need to repent when all the warnings come. All right, so continuing on, John chapter 12 verse 40, he hath blinded their eyes and hardened their heart, that they should not see with their eyes nor understand with their heart, and be converted, Slakia, and I should heal them. So basically, you also heard how she was saying that she was looking at the island or whatever the freak, or the dock and stuff like that, and she was seeing all the stuff that was going on, and she was pleading with people, don't go, you're going to die and stuff like that. She was warning them, and then people were still going because they didn't see. That's the thing. That's the separation where Yahawadah gives the eyes to see certain things spiritually compared to other, where the Lord, other people, he leaves. If not, he blinds them himself. Where we see that over here, it literally says that. Okay, so continuing on. Let's not get this because I already, it over here, I want a specific one. Romans chapter 11 verse 7, what then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So the Lord blinded the eyes of the non-elect. I think that's the best way to say it. Yeah, the non-elect, I think that's the best term, as it encompasses the heathen and the, what's it called, the 2/3. In addition to that, Job chapter 12 verse 16, with him is strength and wisdom, the deceived and the deceiver are his. The Lord is intentionally, deceiving certain people and setting up people to deceive certain people. So this type of stuff, this is a major warning to whomever watches it. And when I say this is a major warning, I mean this dream that she posted on the internet for people to see is a major warning for people to see and understand that, okay, yeah, this is what's going on right now. And what's going on right now is that, people, or not necessarily people, but your lives are in danger if you choose not to repent, if you choose to ignore the warnings of Yahawadah and Yahawashi. All right. So as a result of that, yes, something to remember, something to take note of. All right, continuing on. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 3, For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But the funny thing about that is that she saw that what was going to happen. She knew what was going to happen. The same way that we know what's going to happen. We know, maybe not exactly to a T, but we know generally what is going to happen. We know through the prophets, we know through YAHAWAH telling his servants what is going to happen, but the rest, they don't care, and they think, oh yeah, America is gonna last forever. It's like it's never going to be a case. And even people think that, okay, well, there's never gonna even if a war happens, America's just gonna win. There's never gonna be any issues and whatnot. All right, so that's where you have this false sense of security, where people say, oh yeah, it's peace, we're safe and whatnot, and then the Lord's gonna then bring that sudden destruction to destroy people. All right. Anyway, continuing on, Daniel chapter 12 verse 10, many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And that's again a part of it where for us we understand what's going on. We're made aware. The Lord warns us. The Lord tells us, especially through stuff like dreams like this. This is a perfect example of that. But then when people don't want to listen, then it's just like, okay, well, there's no helping you. You just like you're done. You're done for. Like there's nothing else to say or to do, because the Lord. As a matter of fact, let me get that. It's no. Wait, okay, bear with me one moment. It's after they had. The exact phrase. I am trying to think of the thing. Alright, whatever. The main thing is that, there's gonna be. Hold on, what was the saying? It was people. Fuck, I missed the thing. Oh well, anyway, it's fine. I pray this lesson was edifying. I'm gonna give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Shem Yahawashi, Shem Rakwakwadash, honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Abad Ball, and Shalom.